up. I'll just chop the first part off. Right, welcome to the Inforunners live stream for the Anniversary sale, day 1, Anvil Aerospace. Smooth, yeah, we're totally smooth. Nothing but smooth here. This is why we record everything. We don't do live stream because we're terrible.
Yeah.
Right, so
Professional as that work.
yeah, so I guess you heard a little bit of what we were talking about before. We were talking about this, the Arrow. This is the ship, new ship. Long story short, it takes on the Gladius. We think it beats the Gladius because it's got 2 Scorpions instead of 1. Really nice view. What else do you guys want to say? What do you guys in chat think about it too? That was what I was asking you before that you didn't reply to. What do you guys think of this ship?
It's a nice looking ship. It is agile. It is very agile. It has the same number of missiles as a Gladius. It has slightly better weaponry than a Gladius. So it's got 2 Scorpions rather than the 1, but the Gladius has 2 wing guns are size 2, whereas the turret guns on this are size 1. Which one would I take? Probably this over a Gladius just because of the 2 Scorpions, but the Scorpions are ballistic, so I'd probably swap them out for power guns and see what the difference is, and I haven't had a chance to do that yet.
I've got a massive feeling that this is a lot weaker than a Gladius, though. It has to be because of the price point. If the guns are stronger, then it's got to be a lot less armoured.
Yep,
That's just
and I think, especially since it's got the agility.
Yep.
So, yeah, I'm not sure yet. I haven't flown it enough to make that decision. But I would probably prefer to take energy weapons over the ballistics, just because I'm a horrible shot and I'd run out of ammo.
Yep.
And whether or not you want this or something else, this is $80 with the game package, so it's worth picking up for an LTI token for this anniversary.
100%. If you've got any plans to buy a ship at all, package always makes them more valuable, even if you sell them, and it also gives you, they've said extra packages will give you extra character slots in game. So highly recommended if you're gonna get any ship, buy this and CC you up.
I think there's actually, when you're looking at the starter ships, really, as much as I like the Aurora for racing in the Crux Cup, which is a wonderful annual racing event. Yes, shameless plug, I admit.
Yeah.
This episode of the Inforunners is brought to you by the Crux Cup.
No, that went well though. Tell us a little bit about that. How did it go last week? Yeah, was it good?
It was pretty good. We had the Aurora Classic, which had the finals of the Aurora Classic had every finalist doing laps of sub 50 seconds, which is damn fast. And in the Open, we had a Stephen Bradbury moment where first and second crashed together at the last gate.
Oh, really?
and the guy in third place came in first.
Ow,
and
bitter.
Yeah, so we renamed him.
Is he
Stephen
the guy
Bradbury.
from the Olympics, the Australian guy in the ice skating? Is that him?
That is exactly who Stephen Bradbury is.
Yeah. So what he's talking about, one year in the Olympics, it was like the 6th place guy, all these guys stacked, and he actually ended up winning the gold medal because everyone else crashed. He never would have got it's like one of the first times Australia's ever won a gold medal in ice skating. It was pretty funny.
Yeah, in the speed skating. So.
All right, so in chat, we've got a couple of things that are said here. Twitcher said, I got one hoping it'll fit in my Carrack. And Starsus 890J is saying, oh, I hope it does fit in your Carrack. Nice idea. At the moment, the last we had, we do know the Carrack's getting bigger from today. They did say that.
Yeah,
but the last report we had
153 meters now.
What was it? It's got that really weird name. The scout ship from the Carrack? What the hell is that?
Yep.
The snub? It's got that really... Pisces? Is that it? Pisces?
Yep.
Pisces? Yep. That's about on par with a Merlin. So hopefully they do make that a little bit larger. It would be indeed interesting. We're getting photo bombed here. It's all good.
Given given that the Arrow is smaller than a Gladius, and the Gladius fits in the Polaris, I would imagine that is a sure bet that it will fit in the Polaris. Whether it fits in I don't think it will fit in
the Terrapin fits in the Polaris. This is way smaller Polaris. Actually, I'd almost go as far as those certain decks like the Kraken, where you can pack all the ships up. This ship packs up like a Mustang. I was saying that earlier. And if you could have them all on the Kraken deck, you could have a heap of them. But with a Polaris, with these packed up, you might even be able to fit 3 in the Polaris.
Depends whether you can. I didn't check when I was taking off before, but when it takes off, if you're in precision mode, whether the wings are still up, then yes. But if the wings go down the second you take off, then no. Because you're still going to need that wing space.
They're currently set to landing gear, but they've actually said you're going to have different landing modes in the future, so I think you won't have a problem. No, the wings stay up until you put the landing gear away.
Oh, well, that's okay then. Then in that case, yes, you probably will get more. And that means you could probably get maybe 2 in a Idris side by side instead of just 1 Gladius. Not sure, but
while we're talking about LTI tokens a little bit before for this, Hayes gave us his recommendations, and he'll do so every day, so we're going to pass those on. He's currently at work. He'd actually planned to take off work to be here every day for this stream, but he is not able to do so anymore. So his recommendation was anything from an upgrade from the 325A to the Arrow, and then any ship underneath to the Hawk. And then I think on top of that, the one that we've probably added is if you buy this as an LTI token as a starter person, probably pick up a Cutlass, a CCU to the Cutlass, because that'll give you a nice all-round ship where you can do combat and cargo. Would normally recommend the Avenger, but this is priced higher than the Avenger, so you can't do that, unfortunately.
I still think that if you're starting off and you're looking for a starter ship, I wouldn't touch the Aurora or the Mustang or even the Reliant as starter ship. I think they're rubbish.
Yeah, Avenger's the only way to go in my book out of those.
And I think if you're after an all-rounder ship, the Avenger is still the starter ship package to get. Like I think it's a starter ship. This I think is a starter ship as well. It's priced lower than a Gladius, which I used to want to try and fit into that starter ship mold for those wanting fighters. But I think this is your starter ship if you want a fighter.
I think the fold-up wings thing is going to come into play a lot later. Like the fact that it's just so much more compact than some of the other ships. I think that might have a long-lasting appeal, to be honest. I want to see it when it comes out type of thing down the line. I think we might see a lot of these used in the future. Cheap, a shitload of them. Yeah.
And I think one of the things we see with the design of this ship is it takes on elements of, I know you said the Hurricane.
Yeah, I just the look of it, man.
But I actually think I think the Hurricane, it and the Lightning all share a similar design feel, and that's basically because those 3 ships are seen as the new generation ships that are coming out.
Well, it's really interesting you mention that, because I even see Gladiator, like the nose here with all this shit on the end. You look at we'll look at the Gladiator in a bit, but like I even see that in it. Like it just got.
Yeah, you're still going to get the Anvil sense, like with that boxy nose, but the general look of these ships, you can see. The Arrow, the Hurricane, and the Lightning all have that kind of similar look, and it says these are all the same generation ship. And when you're comparing these ships to, say, the Gladiator, or not the Gladiator, to the Gladius, you've got to remember the Gladius in lore is actually a very old ship. It's the same generation as the Retaliator, which is being retired from service.
I think the last thing I'll add, though, is this ship is really damn nimble. We'll get in it and have a fly at the end before we sign off. But, it's super nimble.
It is very nimble.
All right, anything you boys want to say about this before we move on to, say, the Hawk?
No, I think we said it all.
All right, let's get moving. Do you guys want to read some stuff from chat? It's a bit hard for me because I turn my head sideways.
I can't read it in chat because I can't actually get it open, which is really annoying.
Why? Vamp 68 BSB 1975. Why did CIG mess up the game pack?
The game page? Oh, do you mean the CCUs? They shut them down because the website was crashing, so they're putting them back up. They will be there, just give it a bit of time.
Yep.
I wouldn't be surprised if they don't extend like a couple of hours on the sale, just so you have some more time to make up for the fact that it was down. They usually pretty good like that.
I was able to buy some CCUs right before this stream went live, so it might be working for everybody now.
Yeah.
Although
Jason writes, I wonder how many arrows can fit on the deck of a Kraken. Yeah, I've wondered that myself because it could be quite devastating. And you'd take those over the Mustang because that would be more powerful than a Mustang. It's just that simple. All right.
the only reason you'd ever take a Mustang or an Aurora is because you're butt broke and you can't afford anything better. Seriously.
Right,
if you can get anything other than those ships, get them. Don't
Our good
muck
run,
around with
or
something.
use your walking frame. You're walking too slow.
Oh, nag, nag, nag.
All right, we got the ugly duckling, aka the hawk. I said earlier when we were here, but I was muted.
I won't call it ugly. I'll call it tough.
Yeah, I found that this ship is a little bit Scout inspired. I get that look. I know it's Tavaran in look, but manufacturer, so to speak, is inspired, but it reminds me of a human-based Scout ship, and I'm talking about the Cartwile Zion Scout ship there. It just reminds me of that from behind.
Yeah, I gotta disagree with you there. I don't see Cartel in
Come
this
back
at
here.
all.
Come back here and just stand and look at these engines and tell me that they don't look somewhat similar to the ones on the Scout. That's what I'm talking about.
What?
Just these. Don't walk, run. You just take.
No, I refuse to run like a fucking noob.
Oh, the other thing here is
security's about to come and escort me out. I've broken the rope line.
Oh, how'd you get in? Oh, I'm in.
Over here.
Oh, sweet, I'm in.
Yeah.
Oh, someone else has discovered we got in. He's trying to copy us. No, don't let him. Anyway,
No,
yeah.
don't let me
So
in.
the bounty hunter thing at the back is going to be real interesting. I think where you store people. I think that's going to be.
And remember, this gameplay for bounty hunting is going to be coming in its initial implementations in 3.5 and 3.6. And this ship is going flight ready at the end of December, so now is a good time to pick it up before the price goes up if you want to play test those mechanics.
Oh, this is interesting. It looks like this slides. See this bit at the bottom? It looks like that slides. So that folds up and this slides out. So I think you're kind of getting the seat will kind of come out in a diagonal if I had to guess. Oh no, that's for landing gear. No, I was completely wrong. That's the landing gear. That's why that slid that way. Right, my bad. It's
No, the seat for the guy comes out of that tail bit.
Yeah, yeah, I was just looking here. I thought that might be a door, but it's not. It's actually for the landing gear. Interesting.
No,
though.
the seat comes out here.
Yeah, yeah.
But to me, this ship just screams Tavaran. Doesn't scream. I know you say the engines. No, I still don't see it. To me, it is.
Also, the way it lands, like how it folds up, it does fold up similar, looks somewhat similar folded up to the Scout. But
It looks nothing like it. I'm sorry.
no, that's right.
I think your head's cut.
That's totally fine. I can see.
I can see what he's saying with the
It's
round
not the same.
engine
It's
profile.
just similar. Yeah, it's got these round engine things here too. That the Scout's got these round things on it too. So maybe
I can see the aesthetic resemblance. I don't think it'll fly anything alike.
No, I don't
To
think it
me-
will. And also, when it folds out, it's more of a horizontal ship, more like a what the hell is the name of that ship? The Reliant, more than the Scout, somewhere between the two. But,
To me, it is. It screams Prowler all over it.
all right, I'm out.
Jason A asks, besides the EMP, what does the Hawk have over the Avenger? They never really sold me on this ship. I guess I would say it's got the EMP and prisoner transportation in the same loadout, where with the Avenger you have to get one. But I agree with you. The Avenger's probably a better armed ship.
You will be able to get both eventually. I think, quite honestly, I think the Avenger's almost more like for bulk transport because you can get 6 people in it, where this is only 1. So I almost see this working in tandem with the Avenger, to be honest. I
Right,
see...
but the EMP module on the Avenger
The
takes up the whole
Oh,
rear
yeah,
end.
yeah. So you get 2 points. So no, now I understand what you're talking about. I thought you were talking about only one, the one or
You
the
can
other.
get
as in,
both with the Avenger, but
yeah.
it's either or, not both the same.
Yeah, and I think the EMP is stronger on the Avenger too than on this. From
The
memory.
MPA in the Avenger is a lot stronger than even the Raven.
It's got this nice window too that you can look down as you track people. I think that's going to be... I think it's going to have a really nice cockpit, quite honestly. I think my biggest problem with Avenger, with Anvil, is there's not enough big ships. But like as we start to see some of the bigger ones, like the Valkyrie and up, I'm really liking the interior. Like the Terrapin's got a really nice interior. I really like. It's almost got a Star Wars vibe. The interior. So I'm very interested to see the Carrack. Anything else you guys want to talk about this ship? I think what Osiris said is a key point takeaway here. This is not far away from being in game. You've got the bounty hunter stuff coming in. If you were interested in that gameplay, this is one to pick up. Again, I think you can pick the game package of the Arrow, and this is a little more expensive, isn't it? Like $90 or something.
Yeah.
So you could actually
for $15, you should CCU the Arrow to.
Yeah, and then you could, and then later on, if you wanted to, you could go from this to say a Cutlass that's something that's a bit more
The other thing
available or something bigger. Again,
the other thing you want to ask yourself about this ship is, if you want to get into the bounty hunting, is this ship better than a Avenger Stalker?
Yeah. It's funny you mentioned that because it actually says here, Jedi Drifter goes, Avenger Titan is the best starter ship in my opinion, and I actually agree, it is the best one. Because then eventually I think you'll be able to buy the modules and turn them into the other two.
You know, so I actually think if you're looking for bounty hunting, I don't think this is the best ship to start with. I actually think I think they actually see this as the starter ship for bounty hunting. But the Avenger Stalker, I think, gives you more breadth and more options because
I think this is going to be stronger, to be honest, and the reason I say that is the price point. I think this offers the multiple thing. I think this is more like a lone bounty hunter. I think the Avenger Stalker would be more like one that you would pair with this or other Avenger Stalkers, especially because it's got 6 bounty hunter holds in it. Like that tells me it's more of a prison transport as opposed to like just, you know, go out and get one guy and bring him back, which is what this is designed to do. This is a solo bounty hunter ship where you could actually, you could technically take an F7 Hornet or any ship you want with the Avenger and work in tandem. This is for the soloist. You are right, it is a starter, but it is the soloist version of it.
And remember too that since the Avenger was concepted as a bounty hunter ship, the planetary tech has come a long way. There's going to be a lot of bounty hunting missions where you're not even necessarily engaging in ship-to-ship combat. You're probably going to benefit from an Avenger where you can go land on a planet, find a guy in FPS combat, incapacitate him, and drag him back to your ship.
most likely that will be a thing. Now, let's see if I can pull up the matrix.
Alright, we might go have a quick look at the Valkyrie real quick, just the interior, because we can get in these ones, can't we? I think we can.
Yeah, they should be open. I know this Terrapin over here is...
Yeah, Terrapin, I heard that open earlier, someone opened it. But yeah, I just wanted to show up the interior, because I think there's only 2 ships so far with Anvil that have interiors. So it's been a real, I don't know, contentious point with me, personally, because the interiors of ships totally change how you think of a ship.
Yeah.
This hexagonal pattern is going to be a big thing with these guys.
Hexagonal.
Hexagonal, sorry.
Yeah, mate.
I know that but anyway when it goes up a ladder. Yeah, so this is definitely feels a lot more modern than say something like the Terrapin. The Terrapin, when you go look at it, it's got a real more dark, dismal look. You know, and you've got that same Anvil cockpit. I think they've got one of the better cockpits, to be honest.
Just talking about going back to the Hawk versus the Stalker. Stalker has, according to the Matrix, a size 3 Tiger Strike ballistic Gatling gun, 2 times Sucker Punch distortion cannon, 3 times size 3 Gallison ballistic Gatling, and 2x2 size 2 AMRS laser cannon versus the 2x1 TBC to be confirmed laser cannon and 4x1 to be confirmed laser cannon and 1 EMP device on the Stalker also has 4 missiles, 2 size 2 Tempest and 2 size 2 Ignite. So I think the Avengers outguns, from what I can gather.
Yeah, we did, when we talked about the Hawk last year, we definitely talked about the guns. I think once we see Bounty Hunter gameplay, it might be a little different. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, on paper, I think you're right. I think the Hawk is the soloist. I think the Avenger is definitely designed for more group play.
I think the fact at the moment, I still think, given the way the Avenger is also that starter ship, we reckon if you're a soloist, it really puts the Hawk in that hard place. It's just saying that's a starter ship for a solo bounty hunter, when the Avenger is cheaper and seems to have better firepower.
Alright, I'm going to move on to the F7A, and we might just go past the Gladiator real quick. So this is what I was talking about on the nose. Like, you can see very clearly it's got design aspects that have been stolen off this guy. I do like that, like how they've gone back to ships they've done, and they show that gives it that lore influence. So,
they're same family. What you want. You want to see that be able to, like looking at the profile of a ship and saying, oh yes, that's a destroyer, yes, that's a frigate.
And this is the ship that pisses me off that I didn't buy one of the upgrades when they were $18 US all those years ago.
18 Australian dollars back then.
Yeah, whatever it was. It's so cheap. I wish I brought a skin, because it was just a limited edition skin. I'm like, oh yeah, it'll come up again. I'll buy it again. Never came up again. And then now they're worth like $180 or something on the black market. It's crazy. It looks really nice.
Basically, it was the Remembrance Day sale or the Veterans Day sale. And the funds from the upgrades went to the Veterans Association in America.
And long story short, this is how it'll end up looking in Squadron 42, pretty much. This is the Squadron 42 Hornet, I guess you could call it in a weird way.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's interesting. We were talking earlier about the Gatlings and the Arrow, where they're much closer into the fuselage, whereas here in the Hornet, they're way out on the.
That's a massive advantage on the Arrow. Like when we were looking at before, like where the wings fold. We'll show you about when we go back there. But when the wings fold up on the Arrow, these can't be shot off. Is what I was saying in short. The other thing is this is not rentable. It doesn't have a gate around it like the others that aren't rentable, but this one's not rentable either.
But the nice thing about the Arrow compared to this is I'm basically standing where the Arrow's Scorpions are. And look how far, it's so close to the hull, it's harder to shoot them off. And that's what both Osiris and Execute were commenting on earlier.
And it's the Gladius is the other way too. I think Gladiuses can be shot off, but don't quote me on that. I'll have to go look again. Its wing ones can be shot off. So, yeah. Alright.
Anyway.
So, last kind of ship we've kind of got to show off today. I'm just going to check chat real quick.
Here's the Lightning.
Yeah, someone's just stating that there's 5 people working on the name eludes me. What's the really...
Carrack.
The Carrack, yeah, 5 people working on the Carrack, yeah.
Yep.
Alright, so, when I was looking at this before, I'm just going to start with the thing that scared the shit out of me. Looking at these guns. Look at the arse on these guns. That middle one is huge. Jeez. What are these? What size are these, Algrid? I think them is almost like a size 6 or something. It's disgusting.
Okay, according to the Matrix, this is on the fly from live. I'm told we're going to do this.
Yeah,
and
sorry.
I'll just get the Matrix up.
I know, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're a slacker.
Yeah. I learned from the master.
Yeah, right. Hayes isn't here.
Which is burn. Oh, he can't defend himself. That's just rude.
Hey, I just gave him a compliment.
Yeah, I was also curious here. It looks like there's a little thing here at the back. Does that kind of look like a possible cargo space to you at all?
It looks like access of some nature. I don't know what they're gonna.
Could just be modules. But man, it's got a lot of thrusters on it. Look, all over the shop. Like fixed thrusters, articulating thrusters.
I have apparently died somehow, and now I'm back in my.
Stuff.
It's a dangerous ship.
Yeah.
Just walking around it, you could die.
Yeah. And the cool thing about this one is we all get it for free just by playing the game. I think that's awesome. It's also got a massive turret on the top of it there too. It reminds me of a Super Hornet, but low. I'd love to see a version that's a two-seater. You know what I mean? Like a Lightning S or something. You know, like a super version.
Okay. I'm having trouble finding the F8 in the Matrix. I thought it was there.
It's all right along the far right because it's one of the newer ones. If that
That's
helps.
what I thought. I must have zipped past it.
Right, I'm going to check chat real quick while I do that. Entry ramp, yes, it does look like it could be an entry ramp, but I doubt it because that would make it like the Avenger, and then it would be just too good. It's got a lot of fins though.
A lot of things to be shot off.
Well, here's the other thing. It doesn't look as Anvil-y as the other ships. Like it just doesn't. It looks like it's like a super. It's like their latest ship because it just like the engines.
Is there not a manned
the
turret in that?
There is a. Oh, it
If
is.
you look at the nose,
Looks like a remote turret.
The nose of the Lightning is blatant Anvil.
But then it's got these little wing things on the side that change it. Like, if you look at just the center part, yeah, 100% Anvil. But as soon as you put the little wing things on the side, it just changes it drastically. And seriously, when I stand back here, the ship that comes into my mind is the Avenger. Like, if you stand back where I am, I know you probably can't see it, but anyone else in the live stream, does that look like more Aegis than Anvil? It does to me. It's got that sweeping curves. I even see the curves of the Redeemer in that ship. You know, it's not the same greens and the dull pale tones. It's this silver metallic-y stuff too, which is more Aegis.
Right,
okay. Not necessarily. Well, you get this. You earn this ship in the actual Squadron 42 mission, and then you can take it from inside the Squadron 42 game into the PU. So you earn it by playing the game. You don't buy it. You just earn it, and you would earn it by finishing 70+ missions. That is a way to. You reckon it's an option to purchase after completing? Okay. Okay. That I'll have to go read a check on that.
Well, option to purchase in-game, it's still only using UEC.
Yeah, that's fine. I was under the assumption it would be given to you because back in the day they said you'll be able to take the ship that you earn in Squadron 42 into the universe. They said that multiple times. So maybe my information's slightly out of date. That was, what, 5 years ago now?
Yeah, I remember something about being able to earn it, but not necessarily being guaranteed to get it. So you probably have to unlock it through achievements or something.
I see this quite commonly. I don't know if anyone else has noticed in this go. See, they change their suit, but they forget their helmet. And so they've got a noob helmet on. And that's so common. It's one of the most common things I see. Sorry, I got distracted. Any word on the stats there, Alfred? I know I checked it in the deep end.
Well, you keep asking and making me swap screens, so I keep getting distracted.
Sorry. I'm going to guess that that's at least a size 2 or size 3. That one there, though, that looks just bloody huge. Looks like the same size as the one that's on the Constellation. And from memory, I think their size... I actually can't remember. I'm not good with my gun sizes. I'm terrible, but that is really big for a ship of this size. I'll just leave it at that. And the fact that there's bloody 4 of them is crazy. And then you got 2 more up there as well. Makes me think that this ship is so heavy that they're going to have to make some other heavy fighters to go along with it. So we've obviously got a few more ships coming into the fray down the line.
Yep.
Well, we know there are more ships coming, which is always a nice thing to have.
The cash must flow.
Yeah, Jedi Drifter is just saying the reason I melted my Super Hornet and got a Saber is the larger weapons on the Hornet are on the wingtips and the first to get shot off. 100%. That's my biggest issue with it as well, mate. 100%.
That is the thing that I used to for Hornet as well.
Yeah.
No matter whether you're doing Arena Commander against the Vandal or in dogfight, that was the first thing that got shot off.
He's talking about this undersuit for the executive undersuit. If you put it on, it makes you go invisible. So I was just going to show people what he's talking about. Star Citizen 890J was just saying in chat. Yeah. So it literally makes your body invisible. So you just look like armor running around. It's a bit weird. A bit crazy at the moment. I do like this undersuit though, here, because it's different. See, all the others are suits. This is like just like normal streetwear, so it looks pretty cool. That's my personal favourite anyway at the moment.
You mean the orange one that you got from?
No, not the orange one. What's it called? I'll tell you what the name of it is. Hold on. It's called the Scale Weave Undersuit.
Mm-hmm. I wish there was an easier way to find ships on the.
Is anyone in
Matrix.
chat that can tell me what size these really big guns are on the F8? I'd really appreciate it. Albert's struggling to find it. If you guys can, someone let us know what the big ones are. That'd be awesome. If anyone's able to do so, I'd appreciate it.
Well, I've just gone through the Matrix 3 or 4 times and I can't find the.
I'd do it myself, but then this stream will just look dead. Because where are you, Osiris? You still on your way back?
Yeah, I'm back at the elevator outside the show. I'll be there in a minute.
Oh yeah, it says you're 23 kilometers away on my screen. Crazy.
It's probably like the elevator probably works like the one at Levski.
Alright, well, while you're finding out that gun size, I might head on over to the hangar and we'll get an arrow. See how it looks. Has anyone got any questions in chat about CCUs or anything like that they need help with? Generally, last year we spent most of our time... What the hell? The wings are folded up on the arrow. Talk about buggy. Anyway, well, that at least gives us an opportunity to talk about it.
Well, the arrow when it's landed has the wings folded up.
I don't know if you guys can see this. Is that what it is on your screen? On my screen, all the wings are folded up now.
Yeah, I can see it folded up.
Yeah, that's... Maybe it changes
The
states.
landing gear is back.
Is there a button that changes states around here or something? That's interesting.
Maybe it's on time.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, so you can see there it's quite compact now. I would say that it's probably slightly larger than the Mustang folded up, but that's something we can check down the line. But that's just going to give it a massive advantage over the Gladius, like huge.
Well, actually, we can check that now. Because we can get a Mustang.
Yeah, I've got one, but it means I have to go up in the hangar twice. But
Execute. How many of us are in this stream?
Yeah, I know. But you got to open 2 on the same. How do I get it to show your screen?
I land my ship next to you.
Oh, all right, yeah, let's do that then. Yeah, okay, no worries. Oh, let's do that then. All right, let's do that. We'll test it out, and we're about to shut the ship. All right, I'm heading out. If you wanna.
Yeah, I'll jog. I refuse to sprint, but I will jog.
All right. Is there somewhere we can meet that's easy to meet here?
Well, we go to the starport where you pull up your ships.
Yeah, but I mean, like, once we fly out, where...
Basically, go to land outside in the desert near one of the gates. That's probably the quickest area.
Game is still a military ship with 2 civilian variants. Is remain available for the concierge backers and FLA. Yeah, that's all. I'm just surprised there's no stats on the weapons. Someone in chat, Starsis and 890J, is just saying that there's not a lot of details on the F8 lighting at all, so that's probably why we're having trouble finding them on the stats page. Yeah, someone else suggested looking on the Constellation, the size of Constellation guns, because they are the same ones.
Your ship has been delivered to the following.
I don't know if anyone else noted too. They've got a different font on the spawn-in screens at Hurston, which is interesting.
Okay. I just hit up one of my contacts. And basically, I asked if there's any information on the F8 weapons and sizes. And I got told, nope. And I said, no info or not allowed. And the answer was, why not both?
Well, at least it's concerned.
So, yeah.
Oh, apparently this message is being held for review. 2
What
size
message?
2, 4 size 2 wings, nose size 3, ball size 4. I'm just going to show it and give permission. It says it needs permission to show this message. So just put it in chat. My man guys, 2 times size ones. This is for their fan lighting. 4 size 2 wings, nose size 3, ball size 4 their fan lighting. That probably is not exactly accurate, just because it's due to it's got 2 really big ones on the wings. So that's contrary. You've got 4 on the wings there. Okay, cool.
So what ships are you guys getting?
I'm going the Arrow. Man, it's so loud in this hangar. I'm going to hear myself think.
I guess I don't have a Mustang to compare it to. But
Well, you can just get an Arrow and fly that out as well if you want.
Sure.
And I can just show it flying around from my perspective. So, yeah, really nice cockpit. Man, it's loud in here. Just want to get out of here, it's so loud.
Yep. It is very loud in the hangar.
And I really hate how they add all your contacts to the thing and the landing people are not at the top. It's a bit weird.
Yep. That is annoying that the landing contact is way at the bottom of the list. So you got a lot of contracts. It makes getting out of the spaceport a pain in the tush. That's me trying to be polite.
Alright, you guys should be able to see me anyway, yeah?
Higher drive route.
Yes, I just saw your ship take off from the window.
Alright, so I'll just
Alright.
fly to somewhere, like a mountain somewhere, and you guys can just come to me, yeah? Is that cool?
Why don't you just park outside near gate 1?
I don't even know where gate 1 is, man, sorry. I've done a lot of flying around here. I just want to go somewhere where there's no one else. We'll just park in some forest or something and we'll have a look at them on our own terms.
Infidels.
Okay, so I'm going to get up to about 170, 180.
Alright, which Mustang should I get?
Just anyone you want. Bring the Amiga. That looks the best.
Well, I was tempted to bring the Delta because it's a military version, which
Alright,
is kind of a
bring
version,
that,
but
bring that then. No, that makes sense. We can do some testing with the weapons too. We can probably just shoot a Cyrus and see how weak he is.
I always thought the Delta was crap anyway. Hangar 4.
So we're getting up to about 250, 170 in atmosphere now. It's not too bad. 300. Wow. So she ain't slow, but I'm running full boost, by the way. You can already see that I'm down to 78 boost. That's without boost now. Yeah, that was very loud. Sorry to everyone on chat. I was not aware it was going to be so loud.
They're talking about the hangar. Yes, the hangar is deafening.
Oh, we're out near a junkyard area by the look of it.
Oh, you want to go to Savannah. at least.
Yeah, I'm trying to find some Savannah, but what the hell? Why am I? I thought it was going to crash then. That was so weird. I just totally...
Because the atmosphere makes the ship really hard to fly. When I was flying out of Atmo earlier, every so often it just decides, yep, I'm going to spin, I'm going to buck, I'm going to do this, just because, yeah, it's a very agile ship. Even if you don't touch controls, it seems to...
I noticed when I was in space earlier, I had a lot of trouble keeping it on point, as in when I was trying to walk back to Hurston and stuff. It's so nimble, it's going to be a little hard to control.
Yeah, sorry, I can't hear you now. I'm in the hangar.
It's very much like that.
Sorry, I have to yell. I can't hear you. I'm in the hangar. And I know you just said something about the hangar.
Yeah, it's so good. Just stop yelling. You're going to get people's ears bleeding.
All right, I'm en route to execute.
I'm just literally looking. I'm just literally looking for forest, but I don't think we're gonna find any near here somehow. I just keep finding rocks and junk.
From behind the building.
I just left the armistice zone, so you got to come out fairly far anyway.
It's not a bad cockpit view though.
No, it's pretty nice.
Engine on.
I got to stop holding the boost button. I just keep running. I'm down to 55% fuel.
Menu.
Oh, I think I might have found trees. I'm seeing some green.
Okay.
Yep, I got greenery. So if you guys get to me, we'll be right. Get some nice greenery shots. Alright, landing gear going down. Ooh, it's snowing. Still get a little bit of that, you know, there's only 5 trees look.
Yeah.
Still very, very impressive technology. The fact that just you can land anywhere and it just looks this good is just nuts. And this is the first of many planets. It's crazy. And I think the kind of weird way, like the fact that you're in the ship and you get out of it kind of hides some of the load-in, which is kind of cool. But when we were above, everyone will admit, this looked empty as hell, didn't it? This little area that little alcove I've chosen. Wow, you caught up quick. How'd you get here so quick? You made me look slow.
It's a fast and nimble and agile.
I'm just old and slow, I guess. Try and come and park right next to us if you can, man. Oh. Oh, wait, we're gonna see if we can get. I've tried to pick a reasonably flat spot so Algrid can park here and we can see how that one looks folded up. And I'll play cameraman and see if I can get you landing.
Okay, now where the hell are you guys?
Just realised I don't have a gun. Let's fix that real quick.
That looks like you're over there. Okay.
What was that? Did anyone else see that? He just like sat on the ground as he got out. It was kind of strange.
It was the express dismount.
Yeah. That's interesting. Are you an Imperious subscriber?
Yep.
How come you've got the shitty undersuit on?
Because he
I think it
likes it
looks
better
better.
than the other one.
Really? Oh,
Looks a lot better than the tacky purple undersuit.
I like the red one, to be honest. I think it works really well. I'm looking forward. I think a lot of people are buying the red one. I think they're going to make a fair bit of cash for that. The thing that kind of does sour me a bit is they give out that suit to the people who've spent all the money or, you know, funded all the money, and then they've just used the same thing and made better looking versions of it that you can buy very, very cheaply. But I still find it very funny at the same time. Kind of like spoiling their...
Most of the backers who do subscription don't really care, is my understanding. I certainly don't.
I'll probably mix and match armor anyway.
Wow. Stars and Jay is just saying he brought 24GB of RAM for his old PC to see me through the next 2 years. Holy crap. That's a lot of RAM, man. It's a lot of RAM. I'm only running this on 16 gig, and obviously I'm having it, like, let's see if I can, what was it? R_info.
I'm gathering I'm about 11k from you guys.
Yep, so look at my frames here. I've only got like 26, 27 frames. It's pretty bad, but I'm also running XSplit to stream this to you guys as well, so... That is why.
It's about what I'm running when I'm only running Star Citizen. 28,
Alright,
29 frames.
let's see if we can take pot shots at Algrid as he comes in. I don't reckon I'm about to get him, he's too far away. See if you can see, tell me if you can see the bullets, Algrid.
Alright.
That one went below him. Man, that ship does look nice with those trails, though. I got to give it that. It looks pretty sweet. Try and see if you can park it between the two. That'd be awesome, Algrid, if you could do that, bro.
Well,
Take your time, though.
it is actually a rather agile. I haven't flown one of these.
Oh, really? In
I'll be honest, I normally fly the big ships.
Yeah, I'm the same. But I think the fighters are going to be a thing for everyone, to be honest. At the end of the day.
You know, give me a Starfarer any day.
Yeah, the bathtub. Yeah. Can you see our two ships here? Can you land between them and point it in the same direction? That'd be awesome. So, kind of where I don't know if you can see me, but see where I'm pointing? That's kind of like the front. Yeah.
I can see your ships.
Cool. Even from where he is there now, I would actually say it's about the same width, because the back wings on that Mustang don't fold up, do they? Can you see that, Osiris?
Nope.
It's definitely thinner.
Right. Just the front.
Yeah, just the front wings are thinner, but with the back wings on it, it basically is almost the same width, but it will get a much better indication when he lands. Because that's going to be the long-term appeal of this ship, is just how many of these you can pack on the deck of something. Like, if you can take more of these than something else, and this has got more gun firepower, of course you're going to take that. It's just...
I would still take more of this than more of the Arrow than
the Gladius, yeah, at the very least.
No, than this. I wouldn't take the Mustang in a pink fit.
Oh, okay.
Regardless of how many I could get on, just because I.
Do you want me to guide you a little bit at all, or you like I can give you directions from down here? I can play like ground control if you want.
He's gonna land on your ship.
Yeah, because at the moment you're looking very, very precarious there. If you can turn about 90 degrees to your right, then you'll probably be lined up. Yep, keep going. Keep going. Yeah, that's a little bit more. About there, straight, yep. Oh, nice, nice. Yep. And then roll slightly to your left, ever so slightly, 5 degrees. Yep. And then back her up slowly.
I can't really back it up.
I think it's Alt and 2 or Alt and 3 is reverse thrust.
Alt and 3, huh?
Alt 2 or Alt 3.
A strong tailwind.
Yeah. Oh, that's 2. Or yeah, just try that. Yeah, there you go. Now you're going backwards. There you go. You're going down at a weird angle. You need to turn the ship again and level it if you can.
I'll do that once I've got the position right.
Yep. No worries. I'm
Because
trying to help.
I'm in third person view at the moment.
Okay, no problem. No rush. Worst comes to worst, you can just land and one of us will straighten it up if you can't get it. That's all good. Just take your time.
Problem is the actual interior.
Mm-hmm.
My level is say I'm level, but everything else seems to say
Oh, it's because
I'm.
we're on a slight hill. Yeah, we're about to crash into my ship. Don't come down anymore. You're at the land. Yeah, it's all good. You need to just turn to your right a little bit more, buddy.
That's good.
Yep. No, just turn to the right to straighten it up. Yep. Yep. That's a little bit more. Yep. Yep. I reckon you. Yep. That'll be good. Nice. Nicely done. Now, I would say it's wider. I don't know about you, but I would say that's wider. From
Yeah.
if I look at that, and then kind of do the same thing on the nose of this one, well, I would say that's a wider ship than the Arrow. Alright, that's 10 meters from the center of the ship. Do the same thing on this. So you can already tell that the ship is smaller, because look how much closer I got to get.
Yeah. Yeah, the Mustangs are much bigger.
The Mustang is bigger. I wouldn't have thought that.
The Mustang looks bulkier.
Oh, yeah.
Looks bulkier. Looks bigger. It's got a, when it's folded up, it's got a higher ceiling.
Definitely.
Is it longer?
I think it is, because as I was saying, when I was standing, like I stood 10 meters away from the Mustang, and
Now it's interesting that your ships are not in folded up mode.
oh, they
as
are
well.
on my screen.
Yeah, mine too.
On my screen, their wings are down.
I think it's probably because you weren't here. If you ask Osiris nicely, Osiris, the other thing if you could do so when you get in yours, can you put your nose equal with his nose? Just so we can get a silhouette sight on, because I think if we then stand down here, we're going to be able to see that this ship is definitely much longer and larger than yours, and that way he can see it.
Higher,
as well.
wider, longer.
If I stand here, Osiris, it might help you land. So if you can land your nose on me, that might help. I could be in the wrong spot. Agrid, is that about right to your eye? Where I am? You might, if you go stand like way over there, Alfred. Well, not way over there, but you know what I mean, like silhouette. So you can get a silhouette of the two. That might be able to tell us where he needs to put his nose. And you can just guide him, and I'll. I might, yeah, we can definitely go that way a bit. Yep.
Forward.
Yep, just listen to Alfred.
Forward. A little bit more. That stop. That looks about right. That's looking pretty good. Oh, that was rough. All right, your wings are still down, but
Oh yeah. So get
it is.
get back in, and just take off. Pull up the landing gear, put the landing gear back down, and then land. That'll fix the issue for Algrid. Doesn't look lined up to me on my screen, but yeah.
From where I am, it is lined up, and the Mustang is like double the height.
You got to take distance into account there. Yeah, you're a bit back. Yeah, I'd say yeah. All right, so is the wings down now?
Redeploy my landing.
Yeah, so redeploy your landing gear, and it should put it up for Algrid now.
All right, yep.
Yep, cool. There we go. Can you go a little bit forward for me? I'll tell you when to stop. Wait, go back up if you wouldn't mind. Yeah, down again, so you're just above the ground. Actually, just go straight down.
I think he's just. I think
you went forward. Yeah, just go straight down. Straight down. Keep going. Yeah, that's really much better than it was. Yeah.
No, I actually think you're too far forward now, but that's just me.
That's right. Just take one step this way. You'll see what I mean. There we go.
Apart from the wings folded up, if the wings weren't folded up, this would have a lower ceiling than the Mustang by a country mile.
Yeah, by quite a large margin because of those large engines on the Mustang. This is a weird ship to compare it to. It's not one I thought. I thought we would have had a Gladius out here too. I'm very tempted to go.
But about the same. Looks about the same length.
Yeah.
The Hornet, the Mustang's just a little bit longer in the tail. The wings and the Hornet, and the wings and the. Sorry, I've just got to go into game and mute the game.
If you look at it from the back too, there's a whole empty section between the tail fins on the Arrow, and there's a lot more material back there in the Mustang.
Yeah. Osiris, I have an idea. I wouldn't mind it if we could shoot you up and kill you in this, just to see how weak it is. But then when you come back, could you bring a Gladius back?
I will see if I can do.
Do you own one? That's my question.
I don't know if I do own one. I know I have a Buccaneer.
Right. Well, then we might have to get Algar to do so.
So you want to kill me?
Yeah, let's do it. No,
you know who your friends are, right? You know who your friends are. Hey, Al, can we kill you?
The other option is, I'm just trying to think of another way we could do this faster. The only other thing I can think of is we go into a hangar, but I don't think there's any way to get into a hangar together, is there, at the moment?
No. And we can't get into...
Because then I can fill up I don't think I've actually owned a Gladius at the moment either, so I've been in the same boat. Sell your fighters. I've sold all my fighters.
Sell your fighters, I think. Squadron of Hornets. So, well, I exaggerate.
Can't go into Arena Commander and spawn the Arrow. It won't work. We tried it earlier.
Yep.
It really sucks because it would have been really good to go into a free fly area. So that's why we've come out here in the middle of nowhere. Are you able to check your account online, Osiris, and see if you've got a Gladius?
Alright. No, what I'll do is I'll take that other... I'll take this one.
Yep, go ahead. Oh, do you need me to unlock it for you?
I don't know.
I have some weird ships as a result of, I guess, the patch or the free fly event. The only actual comparable ship that I own is a Saber Raven.
Oh, okay.
I don't think I needed you to do that.
Well, I was going to say, but I wouldn't mind shooting it. Osiris, do you want to get in your ship and shoot that one? Because I want to see how quickly it dies. That's the other thing I want to test. So if you can just...
I got into this one deliberately because the other one was already lined up.
Yeah, I know, but he can land it again while you're gone. We're going to be waiting 10 minutes for you to get back anyway. Because you got to catch the train and blah, 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 blah. It's a pain in the backside.
Well, if I fly back to the other place and then we blow up Osiris's one...
It'll be quicker for you to die, is my whole point. So just fold your wings down. Alright, how about we do it this way? What if you just both have a firefight and the one that lives... No, really, Algred's the only one with the ship, so that kind of throws it out. Go for a fly, man. You got time to come back and land. I'll just sit here and... Alright. Maybe do it close, though, so I can show everyone on stream. No, stop. Come closer. Like literally, Algred, if you can come park in front of me, and we can watch it explode, it'd be really cool.
How do I jettison from a ship?
No, don't jettison. We need you to die, because then when you die, you'll get spawned back, though. It'll be quicker.
I don't want to die.
I know you don't want to die, but it's quicker. You gotta think of the viewers, man. They want to see it. Like, everyone in chat, you want to see Algred die, right? Wink, wink.
Black bastards.
Alright, so just get close, Algred, if you can. Just above the ground would be great. Whoa. Did you just ram him?
He rammed.
I was just flying straight.
You son of a bitch.
I just see this your ship like barrel roll and I'm like, wait, did he just hit him?
I didn't do anything. I was just flying straight.
Okay, yeah, alright. Anyway, come on, Algred. Like, come and Over here, please.
I thought, oh yeah, he can see me. He can see it's coming straight on. He's going to just.
Yeah. So Blade
Nope.
Blade Glint says our
He
Mustang.
must have damaged my ship because.
You mean you damaged your own ship? Well, the only problem is now we can't test it properly. I wanted to see how quickly it died, like how much of a glass cannon it was. Alright, slow down, guys. Really does look like an Avenger, doesn't it? It really does. Alright.
Is that close enough for you?
A little lower if you could, just halfway down towards the ground. Yep, and tilt your nose towards me if you could. That'd be great.
No, there's no thing I tilt it.
Are you using joysticks?
No.
Yeah, so just move your mouse.
No, I know how to move it.
Oh, sorry.
I just don't want to move it much lower.
Oh, it's just that we can't. We can only see the bottom of the ship. That's all.
Nag, 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 nag.
That's up. I need you to move it down.
I know what you want.
Give it to me, baby. Come on. There we go. All right, go for it. So it's got some shields on it.
It's on.
Average, you just try jumping out.
Nope. I tried spinning the ship to
Ooh.
change the shields.
Okay, that was stronger than I thought it was going to be.
And now I'm wanted fugitive.
Yeah, you should be wanted, you murderous dog.
Oh dear. That's funny.
Killing Captain Picard like that, you slacker. Actually, it's AJ Boomer.
Alright, well if you can land that back here, that'd be awesome.
Alright. Meanwhile...
And I think after we do this comparison, we'll call it there for today. But we'll be back every day of the sales, so for the next week, we'll try and do a live stream. And answering your CCU questions and showing off the new ships.
And I'll get back there as soon as I can.
How do you find it with the fire? Was it good fire rate? When you were shooting the other ship, I mean, Osiris.
Oh yeah, it seemed pretty comparable to a Gladius, I would say. I mean, it wasn't. I was starting to question whether or not I was going to bust through his shields.
So maybe that's
if I turned a bit quicker, you may not have, because I was turning a new shield to face you as soon as the first one
okay,
was
so
down.
that probably threw it off.
No, because I didn't manage to do it.
On my screen, you'd turn 90 degrees.
Yeah, but on my screen, I didn't get the other shield being hit. It was just...
Yeah, I wonder if you get a bounty on me. Or is that only if I have 5 crime stats?
I'm just going to try and land it next to the other one. You want to guide me?
Oh, yeah.
Takeoff complete.
Yep.
Real center, we want that one.
Deck proximity alert.
Alright, yeah. Straightforward. Probably 2-3 more meters.
Admin.
Half a meter. That's good.
Cool.
Set it down. No, you're probably good there. Yeah, that's not too bad. If you come stand over where I'm standing, it looks pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, wow, I'm really starting to think the long-term viability of the ship is really going to go up. Especially with carriers.
Yeah, well, if you can get two of those next to each other instead of two Gladius, then that makes it a better ship. If it's on par combat-wise, but you can get
Even if it was...
two side by side compared to, say,
But let's just say, for example, you could fit two in the space of a Gladius, and
that's what I mean.
it was only half the guns. It still would be better because you've got more numbers. So yeah, being on par with a Gladius, it's going to eat it for breakfast when it comes to combat operations. Just being a fit a shit
Like
number on a Kraken,
if you got an Idris, you can get two side by side. With the weapons being comparable, why would you not take two? Because you could get six in your, you could get six in the Idris rather than three.
890J says in chat, I got to weigh 4 out of 9 in Arena Commander before losing a life, crashing into a Vandal Blade. There were two of us both using arrows. It's not that bad. Yeah, okay. That really... Wow, okay. I was expecting this to be a paperweight. Like literally tissue paper. Like, you just... one missile and
Well,
thing's gone.
clearly...
Well, we shot it with its own weaponry. I don't know how it would stand up to a hurricane turret, for example.
That was size 2s and 1s, so it is fairly light.
And you could probably take the size 2 gimbals off and put size 3 on, which we haven't toyed with yet.
Mm-hmm.
Which is the thing that just missed a train. What a bitch.
Yeah.
Well, the other one's usually just behind the other one, so you probably got 20 seconds to wait for the next one.
No, I just missed the train, so
The second one.
I've got a 97-second wait for the first one.
Oh dear. It's a shame we couldn't get a vehicle out here. We could have done some hooning while we waited. Your visor is very oily. Are you looking at the live stream right now, Osiris?
My visor,
Yeah.
I think it's the way the light catches, because remember I was saying it was almost, you couldn't see through it. It was scratched and smudged and...
Oh, I'm talking about on his helmet. It looks like he's got like dishwashing detergent rubbed all over it. It's got that really oily effect. It looks cool, but it's just a little strange.
Yep. Killed an unarmored individual, you slacker. That's why you got a crime stat.
Would you like to get your just desserts when you get back?
No, because that'll give me a crime stat.
You'll take care of my crime stat.
Yeah, but won't take care
Now
of
I have to
mine.
live with my shame.
Oh dear. There we go. The other interesting thing is this helmet I've got on, you won't actually be able to wear this in outer space because your mouth and nose is bare. So this is one of the first armors we've seen that is truly on planet only.
Yeah, that's that Stark one, isn't it? All those...
Oh, someone with the goggles. I
True
don't know what
Death
it's called.
Pro.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy. Level of detail is... I don't think it's going to hit until we start actually flying around and doing missions and stuff. It's going to be crazy.
The train trips are frustrating.
Yeah, I think it was a really bad choice, especially trying to show this game off today. All new people have to start in Port Alisar, get all the way here, go through all the train shit without the game crashing just to get the expo. It's a bit
And
crazy.
yeah, actually, if you are coming from Port Alisar, the thing you actually really want to do when you get here is make sure you land a ship at the spaceport or res a ship at the spaceport, take off and land again, just so that you actually set your spawn site to Hurston. Otherwise, if you die, you got to go and come back here all again, and that is a pain in the bottom. So yeah, that's my advice. Get yourself locked in as being spawning at Hurston by landing a ship in the
All
spaceport.
systems operational.
They got the pixel jiggly tech working on all the plants here too. I've just realised. I'm slightly above them.
Yeah.
Just animates the vertices on top of the plants, and that's how they make it look like it's blowing.
Mhm.
This is the first time I've been out and about on Hurston, and
Yeah, it's
looks
quite
really
impressive.
It is very impressive.
Shields disabled.
It is gorgeous, in fact. And when you think this is the first planet, it is, yeah, blows my mind.
I'm waiting, like, some of the planets I'm waiting to see, like, the one I was really didn't think would happen is something like Endor. But I think now with the tech I've seen, we could possibly see a complete forest. I want to have the canopy, like, when you look up, you just see the forest canopy and the, like, the beams
Now-
coming through the trees and stuff.
Now you're not on the
So-
west. You're not on the west coast, are you, Osiris?
no, I'm on the U.S. East Coast.
Right.
Just quick,
when you're
just quick. Now you've rotated to your right. All that oily on your helmet's pissed off. That's really weird.
I switched helmets now.
Ah,
Now-
alright, sorry, Algrid, you were saying?
now, I don't know if you would be able to appreciate this, Cyrus. But execute. When you look at those trees, what does it remind you of?
Oh yeah, 100%. The gums.
No, the trees, not the guns. The trees.
Gums.
Oh, the
G-U-M.
Sorry. I was thinking.
Eucalyptus trees is what
Yeah.
they remind me of. They're very much an
Yep.
Australian tree.
Yeah, or a West Coast American tree because they were.
Well, yeah, they introduced eucalyptus there in California because of the
They did.
bushfires.
They didn't. Well, they didn't introduce them because of the bushfires.
Well, they were no, they did because they were resistant to fire. That's why they did it.
No, do you actually know why they did?
All right, tell me. Oh, that's what I was told.
They introduced them because when they were doing the rail line across the state, and the east and west were competing against each other. The western side weren't as cash rich as the east, and so they were doing. They figured, we'll do things on the cheap. So they planted these trees because they grew quick, and they thought these will be awesome for sleepers. They also had the army engineers map the mountains closer than they were, so they were actually getting paid mountain fees for building on the plains, and then they used the profits from the extra they were being paid for that to actually fund when they were crossing the mountains. But yeah, so they thought these trees would be awesome for sleepers, and then found, these trees actually burn really well. They're not very good for sleepers. So yeah, and we're after a
Wow, look at
gladius,
that
aren't we?
blink.
Yep. I just want to see if I can replicate this oily bubble stuff that you were doing.
Okay, gladius in the same hangar that the Mustang was in.
No, see, this one's not doing it.
No, not on my screen either.
I really like this undersuit, man.
Which
Yes.
undersuit's that?
The scale weave.
Oh,
looks
that's
really
the one.
cool.
The one you got, right? Yep.
I don't look like a fucking pompous jackass wearing all the gold shit with it on. Like where if I
Yeah, while I like the gold one for being
I
nice,
can't- I can't put on the gold one because it's bugged
it's
at the moment, isn't it?
C3PO. Why do you want to look like C3PO?
Yeah, if I put on, probably the closest one's the purple one. Look like a bit of a jackass. Oh wait, I didn't apply, did I?
I didn't mind the light blue undersuit that I was selling.
Yeah, I've got the light blue one here. That's what I'm going to put on.
I actually thought that was quite good.
Oh no, I don't have the scale weave on. That was weird. Save changes. Yeah, so that's more in line with how the gold one looks. You just look like a bit of a jackass. Too much gold.
Yeah.
All right, approaching the gladius now. Sorry, I'm yelling, but I'm in the hangar.
Yep, so good.
And the sad thing is, it's still bad, and I reduced game sound down to about 25%.
Yeah, it is. They want that
And it is-
immersion.
And it is still, yeah, that immersion, it is still like deafening.
Execute, you mentioned having a vehicle out here. Tomorrow is RSI day. We could bring a Constellation and a...
Yeah, that's probably a good
Yeah.
idea. We'll try and do that next time we come
Well,
out.
I could do that if you wanted.
No, we just want the Gladys for now. I think very simply though, like how long this is taking us to get organised, it shows some of the problems with the actual design, because you got to get in the train, you got to go there, you got to get a ship, you got to fly. It just, and then when you're doing a capital ship, I don't know if anyone else here on stream's found a capital. Trying to get those down to planet is such a nightmare, especially into the landing zone. You can only turn on a dime, and if it's slightly too fast, you just fly out and you die. And you do it all over again. Yeah, they can get to Hurston in 5 minutes from Port Alisar, but from atmosphere to planet is like 15. One of these though, I went in a Mustang Amiga on the first day. It took 12 minutes to warp here. Definitely a lot slower.
Nice when you can fly so fast or what far away from.
Let's try FOIP just for shits and giggles. This is probably not going to work. Let's have a look. Controls, comm settings.
Now, where are you guys? There you are.
Calibrate. Oh, I can't calibrate because I've got XSplit on. Ah, no. I can't do FOIP. Oh, and I think Star Citizen.
I have my calibrate window open and I'm still not sure it's working.
And I just crashed Star Citizen. Yes!
Do you have the little dots on your face?
Oh, this is so bad.
Then it should be working, but I couldn't see it working.
Oh, this is so bad. I'm literally going to have to fly back now because I just crashed. The game.
You crashed?
Yeah, because I enabled FOIP and it crashed.
You're still standing here on my screen.
Oh, maybe I can recover. If I can recover.
Yeah, that'd be good.
It may let you recover.
Yeah, if we recover, we're going to be fine.
I could come in and shoot you as I come in, if you like. You know, if you want to go back, I can help you with that.
Because you refused to run. Did you seriously refuse to run all the way through the trains and all that while we were waiting?
No, I did run. I hated it. I hated every second of it.
I was going to say, like, if you made us sit there and wait while you walk.
I hated every second of it, but I ran.
Yeah, that's so good. Alright, recovery. Sweet. I do love that new load screen too. It's really nice.
Algorid, you got a public shout out recently for breaking the $200 million mark.
Yeah. Wasn't that big a deal, really.
He'd done it once before.
Twice before.
Twice
Community
before.
hero.
So what were the other ones you did? Because I know you did 200 and 100 million. What was the other one you did?
150.
Oh, jeez Louise. You do know someone's going to coil onto that now and try and snipe you next time, I reckon. Someone.
Well, that's okay, because I'm not really trying to do it next time.
Yeah, okay.
They ought to name something after you.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I said to Sandy, you know, hey, maybe I should get a planet, and she suggested Hurston. But I said, no, Hurston's been stripped mined.
Oh, we're back in. That's interesting seeing everything load in. That's really cool. That was kind of interesting. Oh, the wings are down on both the ships now. I see why Algrid was...
I'm not able to see it.
So I'm going to get in real quick and... Just because people on stream have to be able to see this. Could you just take off and very quickly land the other one? Doesn't have to move forward, like literally got to just get off the ground type of thing. Yeah.
Even just flying nearby, the arrow looks so much small. The arrow
Like from above type of thing.
is dwarfed by the
Wow.
tank.
I'm not
Let me
joking,
just-
man. That thing is so wide. Now you've got it here. I reckon it is twice as wide. Holy shit.
Let me just see if I can screenshot.
Oh, the wings didn't go up. Did you turn the engine on, Osiris?
No, I've got something going on with my control scheme where when I hold the F button to free look, I end up like my camera cranks to the up and to the right, and I can't do anything.
Jump
so.
out then, and I'll do it real quick.
It could be the FOIP.
Yep.
Yeah.
It could.
FOIP does seem to love screwing up the free view.
Whoa. What the?
Hey.
Oh, that was almost deadly.
Oh shit! I actually collided there.
Oh, there's the Gladius. I still think it's the best looking out of these three.
Well, the Gladius.
Oh,
I always thought the Gladius looked sexy. The thing that when I first introduced it, for me it was at a time when I didn't think I'd ever be able to get a retaliator, and I thought this thing looks like a retaliator. It's not a retaliator, but
Can
it's
you
got
line
the.
my nose up again, please, Osiris? This thing is really hard to control compared to the arrow. Is that straight, or do I need to go forward or back?
Pitch down a little bit,
Pitch down, roger.
and then straight forward 2.
Proximity
Yeah,
alert.
set her down. Oh, go back a meter.
Back a meter. How's that?
Go back a quarter. Yeah, set it down.
Alright, this is taking way longer than I wanted it to, but which is something
Okay, you're
very
gonna need
interesting.
to tell me where you want me to land. Actually, I'll go to that view. That might make it a bit easier.
Yep, just go back and line it up. Osiris, you can guide him if you want.
All right. Wait.
I think they've definitely spent a lot of time on this ship as well. Like texturing wise, it's got a lot of more detail than a lot of the others.
What's that? The
Gladius,
Alright.
yeah. They've worked on the Gladius more than any other ship.
well, it is the ship for Squadron.
Yeah.
So if there's one ship you need to learn to fly,
It's this one.
it's the Gladius.
Strafe back, Algrid.
Yeah, keep going. You've got a
Yeah.
full ship length to go pretty much.
Gone.
Turn slightly, you're going to crash into the arrow otherwise.
Strafe up.
Left or right?
You're backing into a hill.
And you probably need to change
strafe
the...
up.
You need to rotate the nose probably 5 degrees to your right.
Yeah, yaw to your right.
Yeah,
A
that's
little
good.
more. That's good.
Yep.
Now
Yeah, it's just-
strafe backwards. Probably half a ship length.
Yep, stop. About there. It's about right there, isn't it?
Yeah, set it down. See how it looks.
Nice.
We want that.
And the arrow looks tiny compared to these two.
Yeah, bloody oath it does. It's among giants. Now look at the hips on that girl. Oh no, I'm looking. Oh my god. No, seriously, I think you can fit 2. Oh, that's disturbing. Wow. Okay, I now look at this ship in a whole new light. I need to get into the Gladiator just real quick so I can get the
Mini
measurement.
Gladius.
The Gladius real quick, just so I can have a look at get the distance icon, and that way I can know I'm standing the same distance away.
Well, don't take it off yet.
No, I'm not going to take off. I'm going to get straight back out. I'm not even going to do anything.
Oh,
Aldred, you grabbed your dinner
I
jacket.
think the landed arrow is as wide as the body Gladius.
So are the wings still up for you though on the arrow or not?
Yep.
Yes. Okay, just checking.
So with the wings up, the arrow is as wide as the body of a Gladius, I reckon.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And it's
So-
got, yeah. Well, they did say it was a small ship, so it would be harder to hit.
So there's 15 meters. If you look at my screen, look at the wingtips. And then we go to 15 meters on the arrow, which I no longer have the thing for. That's crazy. It's easily half the width. That
Yeah,
blows me
This
away.
is 15 meters where I'm standing.
And if you stagger land them, so you get because you know the angle. So if you had the nose of the other ship was like in between these two, you can get them even closer.
The fact that you
So-
can actually take off with the wings up means you don't really even need to stagger them.
Oh, what I mean is, like, if you think of a ship, it's kind of like a triangle. So when you're stacking triangles together, do you know what I mean by a staggered formation? You would actually be able to pack. You don't even have to have. You have two lines of horizontal ships, and you just get the noses pointed into each other.
Yes, but
That's
I'm
crazy.
also thinking in terms of, say, an Idris. An Idris, you actually want them side by side because of the way the takeoff area works.
I'm thinking more of on the deck of a Kraken.
Yes, I realise that.
That's insane. You could have like 20 of these on the deck of a Kraken. It would be insane.
Well, at the moment, you can only get three light fighters, three Gladius on a Idris. Just with this ship, by looking at the size measurements, you should be able to get 6. And that's not being, that's just with the ability to raise it up and fly out. You wouldn't get 3. You wouldn't get the same with the Mustang. The Mustang is a monster, absolute huge thing. It is a what's
Behemoth.
Consolidated Outland line, Innovate and the rest of it. Yeah, that's a flying box.
Alright guys, I think we'll leave it here. Definitely longer than I wanted this to take. But I think it was important to see the Gladius definitely up against the Arrow, and I think, yeah, that's scary.
Yeah, so from the outback of Australia.
Yep. We'll see you guys tomorrow with RSI. Same time, hopefully tomorrow. Alright guys,
Take
catch
care,
you guys next time.
and we're out of here.
See you.
Bye bye.